Moxa stick and a lighter. If you don't have one, just if we can share, this is going to be to light the Moxa stick. When it's time, we're actually going to light the end that does not have the foil wrapped around, okay? So I'm Danielle, and I'm an acupuncturist in Fort Lauderdale. My passion is to teach people self-care. I'm passionate about self-care. I think that if we each take care of ourselves, everything else will take care of itself. So I am all about sharing Chinese medicine with people as much as I can and helping people to just feel good, take care of themselves, and share it with the world. Moxibustion is under the umbrella of Chinese medicine. I don't know how many of you have heard of Moxibustion. So most people are familiar with acupuncture. Cupping has gotten very popular. More recently, gua sha, right? The jade stone, facial rejuvenation. You have herbal medicine. There's acupressure, which uses the points to just put pressure. And then you have Moxibustion. So today I'm using pure grade Moxa. There's many different types of Moxa. There's ones that are smoky, ones that are smokeless. So this does give off a scent. Now, I just want to, before we even start, please be safe about Moxa. You have to be fully present when we do this, okay? If you choose to do this at home, be in a private space, don't be near your pets, because I've had people try to do Moxa at home and their pets will jump on their lap and you can burn yourself. As you can see, it's fire, and if it touches your skin, you'll burn yourself. So please be careful and be mindful. I'm happy to share this with you, but I want you to do it safely. The other thing that you have is a tea light candle. I was trying to figure out a way on how to put out the Moxa. So you have to actually pull out the candle so you can use it as an ashtray. Also, when you light the Moxa, you're going to get the ashes that are going to build around the Moxa. So if you need to, if it doesn't fly in the wind, and just use that as the ashtray to tap it, so that when it starts to get lit, it doesn't fall on you, the ashes. So I want to first introduce you to the point that we're going to be using today. This point is kidney 1. So the bottom of your feet, so if you have shoes or socks, you want to go ahead and remove that. And the point is located between the base of the second toe and the sole, the heel. So 1/3 of the way. I hope this chart helps you to find where it is. That was the purpose of having it done. But a really easy way to find, because there's always these tricks and tips to finding the point, because people always want to know, am I in the exact point? Is to, can you hold this for me like this? You want to be my assistant? Oh, that's so awesome. That's awesome. So if you actually just kind of go like this, you see how there's a hollow right there? That's a really easy way to find it, if you just kind of curve your foot in. So that's kidney 1. I just want to talk to you a little bit before we start about the kidneys in Chinese medicine. It's a really important organ. So the kidneys are how you say, prenatal energy is stored in our kidneys. This is where we would consider it as our genetics, how strong we are when we're born, if we don't have any major illnesses, if we're healthy, we have good kidneys. If our parents have children when they're older, the kidney energies as we age tend to decline, and that's just a natural process of aging. So it's really important to, throughout life, to keep that organ strong. So what are some of the ways that people deplete their kidneys nowadays? Caffeine, burning at both ends of the candle, just sleeping late, not resting enough, not nurturing enough. Even Chinese medicine talks about excessive sex or masturbation. That's also another thing that depletes the kidneys. Overthinking depletes the kidneys also, because even running in your mind, you can feel physically depleted. That's why a lot of times we don't do much and we feel exhausted, because the mind's always running. What are some other ways that we deplete our kidneys? And I talk about this because I think sometimes in our modern world, we kind of forget our common sense, right? So we want to be able to sleep at a decent time and, not work 12, 14-hour days. These are really important things to do to keep your kidneys strong and healthy. So as far as replenishing your kidneys, meditation, anything that's nurturing, self-care, will actually keep your kidneys strong. Water, sure. You're talking from more of a Western thing.
Oh, really? I thought it was universal.
Well, water is important, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So in Qigong, kidney 1 is used to help to ground the kidneys, right? So in practice, when we inhale and exhale, if you do it through this point, through kidney 1, it will actually increase your kidney energy as well. So technically, you don't need moxa, but moxa, it was started in northern China. It dates us back as far as acupuncture, but moxa was introduced more in the north because it's cold. And the moxibustion, as you'll feel, it creates heat deep inside the body. So it will actually circulate through the meridian, which starts at kidney 1, the bottom of your feet, runs into the inside of your leg, and goes all the way up to your throat. So some indications, as you're doing this, I'll read some of the indications, but basically anything that's too active up here, doing kidney 1 will actually pull the energy down. So like dizziness, headaches, hypertension, kidney 1 is good for that. And because it reaches the throat, if you have any throat issues, even like loss of voice, raspiness, kidney 1 will help with that. And so let's get started. Are you ready? Okay. So you want to go ahead and take your lighter. We'll have to share this. And let's get a good fire going. I'm going to put the mic down here. So the purpose is to just get like a good fire going at the end of the moxa stick, okay? And everybody has their point figured out, right? The bottom of the foot. And choose to start whichever one you like. I hope you can do this because of the wind. You may have to face the other way and block the wind, right?
You're cheating. You have a torch.
So you want to light it so that when you blow onto it, you can see like the redness, the red fire. So I'm hoping that the fire is going to stay lit. But you got to get it going good. Like you have to do it a few times and really keep blowing into it. Going to place it on your skin. You're going to hold it about 2 inches away from your skin, and you want to light the side that does not have the foil, right? Everybody's lighting the side that does not. Okay, so see, she has it going really good over there. So just keep blowing on it so it doesn't go out. So not on your skin, please. Not on your skin. You want to be able to hold it about 2 inches away from the skin. So one thing that you can do, it's your own skin, so you should be able to have the sensitivity. And you're going to hold the side that's lit close to your skin. The side that's lit is close to your skin. So okay, does everyone have the moxa going so we can move on to the next part? So you want to go ahead and just touch. I'm going to show you on my hand because it's easier. And mine's not lit because I'm talking with the mic. I don't want to burn the mic. So you want to make sure you're about 2 inches away. You want to hold it, and if it starts to feel too hot, pull away. Hold it close. If it starts to feel too hot, pull away. But hold it close enough that you can feel the heat, and you're actually feeling the stimulation of the heat close to your skin. If you're not feeling the heat, then you need to just hold it there a little longer. Make sure that your stick is lit. Is everyone feeling the heat?
Yes.
Yeah?
Doesn't matter which foot.
Start with, we're going to do both. So you want to stay at each point for about 3 minutes. So I want everybody to get comfortable with, the process of holding it close to your skin. And please focus. Don't look up. Don't look at your neighbor. This is something you have to be very present doing. Looking away 1 minute, you can burn yourself. So please don't do that. So this point also helps to calm the spirit. It's good for agitation, insomnia, poor memory. If you have a propensity to fear, madness, rage, with desire to kill people, this is a good point.
I think they need more than this.
So I'm going to time it for you. So stay on the same foot for another 2 minutes, please. I want you to get the benefit. So kidney 1 is a point that returns the unrooted back to its source. That's why you have that, the bottom of the foot. It's the only point on the bottom of the foot. So when the kidneys are deficient, what happens is it doesn't have that grounding. And that's why that grounding effect keeps people circulating too much in their heads, right? And that's why people have things that rise up to their head, like the blood pressure issues, the dizziness, the overthinking. So it's really important to always, anytime you feel restless, where you're too much in your head, you can also just use the power of your intention to focus on this point, just to bring the energy down so you're not so mental, as I like to say. What else can I say about the kidneys? The kidneys belong to water in Chinese medicine. The heart belongs to fire. The kidneys have a special relationship with the heart. It acts as like the umbrella. The fire and water exchange is really important. That's why you have things, what we call Shen disturbances, like mania and over agitation. It's because that fire is not being contained. So if you stimulate the water of the kidneys, then you tame that fire and you contain that fire, because we don't want to put that fire out completely, right? We just want to tame it. So let's go ahead and switch to the other foot. I love using moxa for ladies if you have any like lower abdominal pain. This is amazing for that. Amazing. You just take like between like your pubic bone and your belly button and apply moxa to your lower belly. You'll love it. It's amazing. Yeah, the same way. Same way. You just need to hold it close to your skin and pull away, every time you start to feel too hot or burning. This is really amazing for digestion as well. If you just, you can, I recommend you do this outdoors just because of the smell, because this smell does tend to linger if you do it indoors.
Does it mean anything if one foot gets hotter than the other?
Not necessarily, no. I don't find that most of us are symmetrical in anything, really, We,
And how does it relate to emotions?
so the kidneys in Chinese medicine is connected to fear. So one of the things this point is good for is for that. Like if you're a kind of person that tends to be very fearful, if you stimulate this point, it helps you with that. It's also good for if you have phlegm or cough, because the kidneys also have an intimate relationship with the lungs. When you inhale and exhale, it's the lungs and the kidneys that are working. When you inhale, we say that the kidneys grasp the chi, and when you exhale, the lungs takes the breath and descends it to the kidneys so the kidneys can grasp the breath. So let's do that for like another minute and a half. You're doing a great job. She's doing it too. What else can I say about kidney 1? It's such a wonderful point just for the simple fact that it helps to ground people. There's another treatment of Moxibustion that I really love for depression. It actually, if you go the center of the chest all the way up the line into the breastbone area, if you just hold the moxa close to this area, that's really good because it opens up the chest. So Moxibustion is a very friendly way, to do it, even to kids, because you're not going to use needles on kids, really. They have a hard time with that. But moxa is a great at-home treatment. Moxa is called mugwort. That's the herb that's used here. It's compressed into solid form. You can also drink mugwort, so it will have the same effect if you drink it. In the north, it's a very commonly used herb because of the cold, right? A lot of us have ailments that cold gets trapped in the body. And so moxa is really good in order to be able to warm up the body. So if you have anything that, what are some things that could be considered like cold trapped in a bed? The most common thing is we call it cold womb. So people that have fertility issues, they can have a cold womb. So we use moxa for that. And then once you're done with that part, another point that's really great, we don't have to do it today, I just want to share it with you. It's a point for immunity, because I feel like the immune system is something that most of us are very challenged in these days. It's stomach 36. A lot of people know this point as well. This is the immunity point. You can take 4 finger breaths right below what we call the cow knee, the 2 indentations of your knee. 4 finger breaths down into the muscle there. That's stomach 36. That's really good for immunity. She's such a good help. So the applications of moxa are endless. You pretty much can use moxa on not only acupuncture points, but just, locations of the body. So the technique is to take the stick and pull it away. Every time you start to feel too much heat, pull it away. Or another, if you're doing like a large area, like I mentioned the chest, you can also just kind of hold it close to your chest and just go up and down in circular motion. You know, staying in the area, but also distributing the heat. So this is another way that I treat people when they don't like the needles, you know, non-needle alternatives. That's one of them. So sciatica pain can come from cold being trapped in the body. You can use Moxa for that. It's just the sciatica is such a large nerve. You know, it takes a while to apply Moxa. So I do Moxa treatments at the office if someone just wants a Moxa treatment. Because Moxa is not very popular, not a lot of people call and say, hey, I want Moxa. So that's why I wanted to introduce Moxa to you guys today so that, you know, if you ever want to try it out. Yeah. Especially if you're afraid of needles, it's a great way. So thank you for inviting me. I hope you learned something new about Chinese medicine today. And yeah. I am in Fort Lauderdale on Federal and Sunrise Boulevard. So not too far from here, but I have some brochures up there. You can take my information. If you have any questions, just contact me. Thank you. Thank you.